I did my theory paper over nonverbal communication and how it affects your overall appeal to an audience. I split the paper up into 3 different sections, and I discussed how nonverbal communication communicates attitudes and emotions and has the ability to change your immediate social situations. So an example of that could be like, let's say you're giving a presentation, you're talking to a group of people, the way that you move your arms and the way that you conduct yourself in front of those people can determine on how comfortable those people feel around you and how well they're going to absorb the information. So different movements can have different negative and positive effects. Pointing at people, picking people out, and making direct statements to a person tend to have a negative context as compared to, having open arms and open relayed actions and pointing to your specific information and giving it an easier way to be relayed to the audience, a more comfortable way to be relayed. Really abrupt movements don't go over well as really smooth flowing movements. It really helps the audience adapt to your form of communication and really get into the information that you're trying to relay. I also talked about how nonverbal communication really supports verbal communication. So instead of just standing in one spot with really closed arms and really subdued nonverbal emotions, you want to have really open and really relaxed and just really flowing nonverbal emotions. And that'll really help what you're saying, and that'll really kind of advance the information that you're trying to relay verbally to your audience. So any way that you can inhibit being negative in any way with your nonverbal communication, like closing your arms, like I said, not moving, you really want to relay the information as best as possible, make your audience feel comfortable to support what you're saying. And one of the last things I talked about was nonverbal communication in substitute for verbal communication. So that can be just like waving at someone, looking at someone with open arms, showing them that they can approach you comfortably, things like that, just things that we recognize as humans innately almost as forms of interactions. So like you can tell when someone's mad just by how they're walking, or the look on their face, their arms are crossed, they're really pouty and everything. In comparison to someone that's happy, that has their arms relaxed, they're smiling, and they're really confident about themselves. And the way I can really apply this to myself is I can use it when I'm giving speeches and talking to a group of people. I can really use it to my advantage to better understand how to move and how to better help the audience understand my related information. And studies have proven that this form of nonverbal communication and applying it correctly really help your information be relayed a lot better and be absorbed much more thoroughly. And that's pretty much my theory paper.